and then explain this a little bit, and then I'll do a little short thing about painting.
Okay.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I've got somewhat of a craft project video. This is going to be how to make like a Starfield type battlefield for the game of X-Wing, the miniatures game made by Fantasy Flight Games. X-Wing is played within a 3 foot by 3 foot square. So, well, it's going to be a 3 foot by 3 foot space type looking area. We're going to do it real simple. So, I went down to the hardware store, aka Home Depot, and found this stuff right here. It's flexible Yucca board. That's my pronunciation of it. Anyway, I got a 4 foot by 8 foot piece of this for about $8, which was pretty good. They cut it up for me and everything. So one thing I like about it, especially using it on a tabletop, is that one side you can tell is kind of hard and shiny, while the other side kind of has somewhat of a grit to it, and I don't have to worry about this scratching up my table or anything like that while I'm using it. So basically all we're going to be doing is taking this 3 foot by 3 foot board, going to be painting it black, do a simple star type system on it, so it'll look pretty cool. Alright, well the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint this board. You want to be in a well ventilated area, that's why I'm outside. It's a nice bright day out like this. I'm using a basic black. This is a little too basic. You don't want to go too cheap. Unfortunately I did, so I'm going to have to use up a lot of this and get pretty close with it. If you want to use another color you can, it just depends on what kind of scene and setting you want. I'm going to do real basic space type scene, so it's just going to be black with some white stars. So, and just simply go over it. You want to try to get as even as possible, as even of a tone as possible. And while painting, you want to make sure that you wear clothes you don't mind getting dirty while you're painting, because chances are it's going to get on you. Alright, well, we've spray painted it, been outside, it's dried, so now it's all good to touch and all that. If you want to, a suggestion you can do is you can just kind of go back with some black paint, any old black paint, you know, acrylic, something like that. Get the paintbrush pretty wet, because you're not really painting, you know, new stuff. You're just kind of hiding, I guess, some of the streaks. Throw a little paint on that bad boy, and then just kind of start, I guess, kind of filling in the spots where it's a little extra streaky. And I mean, you're not really repainting it. You're just kind of touching it up so it doesn't, I guess, look so streaky. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add some stars. What we want to do is we want to start with the stars that are furthest away and then paint in the ones that are going to get closer. So I got 3 different star colors I'm using, and I'm going to mix the black with the white. One I'm going to leave pure white, so these will be the stars that are like closest or brightest. This is going to be partially grayed out. This is going to be pretty grayed out. Just so we're going to mix the pretty grayed out one first, because these are going to be the ones that are furthest away, and so they're going to be harder to see and all that kind of stuff. So we'll just get a good mix going there. And then what I probably want to do is not even mix another black in with this next set. I probably want to wipe this off quite a bit, and then start mixing this one up with a little bit of gray. So it'll still be white. I might want to get a little bit more gray in there. But it just gives you an idea of how you can create some depth there when you're painting your stars in. Alright, so I just want to kind of give you a basic idea of what I'm doing. Is I'm just taking my paintbrush and I'm dipping it in the paint just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot of paint for this. And I'm just going around just dotting, just kind of putting dabs. Once we finish with these darker gray ones, we're going to go back in and dot it in with the lighter gray ones, and probably even add in a little color, you know, maybe a little red or something like that. Just, you don't want to put a lot of color because you don't want it to look like a Jason Pollock piece or something like that. You just kind of want to just kind of dot it out, have a little red there, make it something interesting to look at, and then once I get finished painting, we'll set up some miniatures and see what it looks like. Alright, I have it completely painted. As you can see, it has a cool depth effect to it a bit. But overall, once it's filled up with paint, the streaks and stuff like that kind of all add to it. It looks very spacey. I don't know if I want to zoom in and get some of the details. Just getting lost in space there. If you're if you're a good artist and you want to paint a planet or space station or something like that, feel free to. Alright, well, as you can see, I have the board all set up. It looks great with the miniatures on the board and everything. And it's a great way of showing you how you don't have to spend a lot of money to have a great looking board. And something fun you can do as a creative project. Doesn't take very long. You're talking about the cost of about one of these ships, and you have something really cool and presentable. And you can see with the miniatures on it, it looks awesome. It's very sturdy, and it clearly defines the area. Well, I hope this video's been helpful, and I hope to make more X-Wing videos like this. Like, comment, and subscribe, and roar!